All right, Madam Chair, you are live.
Righty. I'm going to call the meeting to order. This is a meeting of the Affordable Housing and Community Equity Development Commission on November 29th, 2023, and call the meeting to order. First order of business is the roll call. Rich Halverson,
Here.
Patrick Sheridan,
Here.
Carrie Bond,
Here.
Elijah Harrig Blaine,
Here.
Karen Britton.
Here.
That's all of us for a change. That's good. Next order of business is the approval of the October meeting minutes. For those of you who are there, it was not actually a formal meeting because we didn't have a quorum, but we do have minutes that were given to all of us, and I think we all read through them, and they appeared to be fine. So do I have a motion to approve the minutes from October?
I'll make that motion.
Okey-doke.
Second.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those approving?
Here's what I found.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? The meeting minutes from October 2023 are approved. So the next order of business is our business for tonight, which is actually our public hearing. And as we see, Teresa is not here. And so she sent me all the information that I need to conduct this public hearing. It's the public hearing on the fiscal year 2025 CDBG meeting. I'm hoping, Denise, that if there are questions, you might be able to fill in some of the specifics on some of these programs once we get down to them, somewhat. At least I know you can on the rehab stuff if we need to. But anyway, the first thing I want to do is to go over the accomplishments of this year's CDBG program, fiscal year 2024 CDBG program. And we had an allocation of the $306,306. That's what we had. Incidentally, we'll have the same amount of funding for fiscal year 2025. That's expected. We don't know precisely what we're going to have, but that's because they haven't approved a final budget. So that's what we will have, $306,306. Strange number. That's what we have. Let me just tell you first about the accomplishments from 2024, fiscal year 2024. Because I think we should do that first before we go into the future. Teresa gave me a chart that shows the program year and the 5-year plan goals and how much of those goals we've achieved. And there are actually 5 different housing precise goals. 4 of them are affordable housing, a couple related to rehab of both homeownership units, rental units, new rental construction, and then direct financial assistance to those who are purchasing homes. So in those 4 goals, we have done fairly well overall. For this past year on our homeowner rehab program, we had predicted that we would do 3 homes, and we did 6. So that's a 200% completion rate. For the rental units, we said we expected to do 178. We only did 126 units, and so that's 70%. We did not have any goal for our this past year for affordable housing development or housing units, because we had in the entire plan for the 5-year plan, we had 42 units and we've already done those. And then the increasing of home ownership, housing, direct financial assistance, we expected to do 2 units, provide 2 families with assistance, and we only provided 1 family with assistance. On the emergency shelter and services goal that we have, which is a public service activity, the estimate was in the strategic plan for the year would be 120 people that we would have assisted, and we assisted 1,306 people. And then in special needs housing, improving the quality of special needs housing for non-homeless special needs, that would be just a person with disabilities, seniors, etc. We predicted that we would assist 6 people, and we've actually assisted 16 people. And in our public services work, non-housing community development, we said we would assist 2,193 people. We actually assisted 4,100 people. And then in our last goal that we have, which is an employment goal, economic development goal, also public services funding, we said we would assist 25 people. We've actually assisted 117 people. So all in all, we did fairly well in our goals, in meeting our goals of both this prior year, in the year, and if you look at it with respect to the 5-year plan. So that brings us to where we are now. Just a few words about the CDBG program. All the activities and projects have to benefit low and moderate income persons. The definition of low and moderate income persons is part of the city's requirements and rules that they have published for anyone who's interested in applying for funds. The applications are due to Teresa and can be found on the City of Annapolis website, and they're due by 4:30 on Thursday, December 7th. So that sort of sets the stage for where we're going to be, where we are. So purpose of this public hearing is actually to obtain your views on the city's CDBG program progress, I just went over, and on housing community development needs for the fiscal year 2025 action plan. We've gone over the accomplishments, and now I'm going to tell you the information about how much money we're expecting to have and how it's divvied up. As I said, it's $306,306. The allocation actually will be made probably sometime reasonably early next year, although there's a continuing resolution. I'm not sure where HUD's money is, whether it's the first CR or the second one. Does anyone know? First, Elijah's first.
I am pretty sure it's in the
January.
first.
January
Yes.
7th. Okay, so in the middle of January, they're in theory going to act on a final resolution for the HUD budget. So several months after that, we would get our real allocation. The money itself is divided 15% for public services programs and 85% for capital projects, which also include the housing rehab program that the city runs. Denise, I guess, helps run that one. And also for administration. And then what that means is there's about $46,000 that'll be available for public services projects. And about $200,000 will be available for CDBG capital grants including the city's housing rehabilitation program. And then 61,000 is available for the city's for the administration of the program. But that administration includes any fair housing activities which the city has. So it's not a lot of money. And for those of you who've been on this on this commission for a while, the competition for the funding is enormous. And as you will see, once the applications do come in, the funding is always oversubscribed. As far as the capital projects are concerned, we do a number of capital projects that have been related to the City Housing Authority's project rehabs. And the services projects have been pretty much the same year in and year out, but they're achieving their purposes and working toward a lot of the agencies nonprofits that we have in the city who are providing essential services to low and moderate income families here. So that's pretty much what we're going to have. Does anyone have anything they want to add or ask questions about? Karen? No. Okay.
Oh, sorry, I don't.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
excited to see how they spend it this year, but that was all really interesting.
Sorry,
Elijah?
I think I just found it on the website. The application. The application.
Oh, okay.
That's what when I go to the Office of Community Development. Okay. Then Denise, do I go under the Community Development Block Grant Program?
Probably.
And then I see the 5-year plan. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Great. Thank you. And then just to let you all know, for the county's process, actually, we held our public hearing, which we're doing here for the cities. We held ours back about a month ago. At the end of October, and our application process for CDBG Home, HOPWA, and ESG closed actually today. So that has closed, and we will be beginning the review process and making those recommendations to the county executive's office in the next 2 to 3 months. And then that will ultimately, the county executive will present those recommendations as part of the county's budget. And then the county council is statutorily required to approve it prior to June 15th. So we then put everyone under contract by July 1. Again, big asterisk being pending congressional approval of the funds.
So quick question, is there anybody from the public here on tonight?
I don't think so. I
Okay.
don't think so.
Okay.
No. Oh, Dewan.
Well,
Alderman Gay is here, I think.
Yeah, excuse me, dropping in, but I can wait until the end.
I think we've reached the end, to be honest. We have no other people here, and we've gone through the report of what we've accomplished, and I've gone through the dollar amounts that we may have starting once the final budget is approved by Congress. And our process, I don't know if you heard Elijah, but our process is, the city's process, I believe, is pretty much the same, in the same time frames. The project, once they're approved by the city, once the city selects them, they take that to the city council. The council has to approve it as part of their budget. And then, yeah, Elijah.
Denise, do you all receive Home, ESG, or HOPWA at all?
No, they do not. We do not.
None.
No.
No home? No home?
No, we're not large enough. The city isn't big enough to be an entitlement community.
So the participating jurisdiction level for CDBG is 50,000. Is that right? So
Correct.
do we meet that threshold? But then what's homes?
Home is higher than that, I
Okay.
believe. But we are not recipients of home funds.
Of entitlement. Okay. So it's
Yeah, of
just
entitlement
CDBG.
home funds.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. And same with ESG and HAPA. Neither of those. Okay. All right. That's helpful. Thank you.
So
So I have
that
a question about the apartment goal. I think you said it was 70%. What does that consist of?
70% completed. Okay, it was the rental units that were rehabbed. We had in the program year, we said we would expected to do 178 units. We only did 126 units. And to be honest, I'm not exactly sure what they are, Alderman. Denise, do you know what they are? Where they are?
Honestly, no.
Don't either. Okay.
Can we just offline then would you be able to maybe email me that? Because I mean I'm just
Yeah.
interested in that and I think that is good information to have that all of that
Yeah.
stuff is accomplished.
The reason I'm going over all this is because Teresa's not able to be with us tonight. She probably could have answered your question tonight, but she's not able to be with us. So
Yeah, no problem, no problem.
I'll get her to answer that for you.
Awesome, I appreciate that.
Okay. Is there anything else that anyone wants to add or ask?
Actually, sorry. I just said no and now I do. Last year at this time, we had some folks, some applicants coming and kind of making a brief statement. Obviously, I do not see anyone here tonight.
Right. That
Have
wasn't
we
this
seen a lot of
meeting.
renewals? Oh, it wasn't. Okay.
No, that was after the applications had been submitted. That was when people submitted them and then they came and presented their applications to us.
Okay, so we would do that in our December meeting or January meeting
In January,
maybe?
probably.
In January. Okay.
January,
And-
yeah.
And Denise, have you seen I mean, I know folks still have about a week to go, but have you seen applications? What are you all using we use Neighborly and people create an application in Neighborly. And so we can kind of watch people's progress on the application and see who's started one and all that.
Yeah, really.
No.
Do you all
Interesting.
have an electronic?
No.
It's a paper application.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
That people then
I
just
think
kind of,
they can submit it online, but
yeah,
Right.
it's not that same,
same platform. Right.
right. It's not that Big Brother follow their progress.
Oh, we're watching.
It probably processes a lot more applications too.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
we
probably do.
And so as a result, just to put a fine point on kind of the intent of my question, you do not know whether or not kind of recurring applicants are in process.
No, I don't. That's
Okay.
something Teresa pretty much handles.
Typically it is the same. It is usually the same
Right.
groups
The same
Right.
who come
Yeah.
in year in and year out,
Right.
and depending on how much money we have, we're able to give them some little bit.
But
Correct.
then similarly, given the 85-15 split between capital and public service, we do not have an indication as to what applications we might be anticipating for the capital money that's been set to the side.
Not that I know of. Not that I know
Okay.
of. I
Okay.
would guess that Patrick may know if the housing authority is going to submit any applications on the capital side.
We probably could, but I don't know of any that's coming.
I'm
Okay.
sure Teresa usually has a sense. People reach out to her ahead of time.
Ahead
So-
of time, yeah.
Yeah,
She'll
and
have
and HACA is typically or in the past has applied because
correct.
you know
Right.
the city the housing in this committee used to be run by myself and the older people, and then they booted us for some quote unquote legal reason. But yeah, HACA used to come before us and all the groups. And in the past, we've funded most of their requests. I think
Yeah,
the largest one was for the hardwire fire alarms or smoke detectors.
smoke detectors, that was one of them. I mean, I know that we've done, the city has contributed to a lot of the rehabs at a variety of them. They've also, just for the existing buildings, we've also contributed to to the total rehabs or, demolition and rehabs that have been
Yeah,
done.
the
Um,
rad deals. Yeah, I think the last one we Hacker received was for repairs of the electrical systems at Robinwood or something along those lines. But um,
We did give I can tell you, we gave the housing authority, money this fiscal year.
yeah.
I would be interested in seeing. I'm not sure if anybody can, or if it's even ethical to speak to them before the application is submitted. But to see if there is anything that can be done for the like the corridors of the buildings for Harbor House, which are absolutely atrocious,
Mm.
and have been that way, for some time. It is technically a capital project because it's physical infrastructure. Um, so I'm curious about that as well. That's something that I can run past Teresa.
Yeah, run it past Teresa and also talk to Melissa about
I'm wondering
what,
if it's something they have in a capital program. I mean, that would
yeah.
help a lot if they have a capital program for those improvements. That's really what they need.
But isn't
We'll
Harbor
add to
House
that.
part of the what's
Choice
it called?
neighborhood,
Choice
choice neighborhood
neighborhoods?
initiative, yes.
Isn't
It
it part
is.
of that? So my guess is that that would be addressed there, but I don't know.
well, as far as the redevelopment, Robinwood will be the next one. We're in
Okay.
negotiations right now on a LOI with community housing partners to be the developer on it. But I think it's going to be a year probably before they've got much of a detailed budget.
Okay.
Mhm. Now, excuse me if somebody's told this before. Where can I find out who we funded last year, since I'm kind of new to this commission?
Um,
Wouldn't it be on the website? Wouldn't it be on,
that's what I was about to say. It's probably on the website.
yeah.
Okay.
Or actually, you
And
know what?
if not,
It's probably in, our meetings are recorded, and I'm sure
right.
that it would actually be in one of our meetings as well. But the website's the quickest, or just email
And
Teresa.
that's right. That was my next one. Just email Teresa. She'd probably send you a list.
She's going to pick
or
up
me,
for all of you
Karen.
for saying that.
You can email Teresa or me, because now that I know you asked for it, I'll go.
Oh,
look
yeah.
for it
Sorry,
tomorrow.
Denise.
Okay. Thank you, Denise.
That's the only question I can answer. Teresa told me that I would sit here and listen to the meeting. I wasn't
Okay.
expecting any questions tonight.
Okay.
Yeah,
She said Nancy would take care of everything. Could you please direct your questions to Nancy?
Oh, right.
Okay.
Nancy, I have a question. Do we know what's on the agenda for our other meeting? I think it's the December meeting. Will that be block grant projects?
That we probably will get our first hint of what has come in for block grant. Yes.
Because I have a conflict, so I wanted to make sure there'd be enough
Oh, on
people.
the 14th. Yeah. It is the 14th, right? That's when our
19th, I
meeting
think.
is.
The 19th,
No,
I
it
believe.
isn't the 19th.
Okay, I lied. Okay.
Maybe
The third Tuesday. It's the third Tuesday.
maybe it is the 19th, which is the day before I go out of town. So maybe it is the 19th.
I thought it was. Denise, do you know?
We have it on our calendar as the 19th.
Yeah, it's the 19th. Thank you,
I was just
Julian.
gonna look at mine.
Okay, it's the 19th.
Thank you, Julian.
But I would expect that for that meeting that Teresa will probably go over the projects that have been submitted.
Correct.
Otherwise, I don't think we have anything.
I just want to make sure we have a quorum because that folks will be there that night, given it is not the regular night,
Right, right. Well, the regular night, I think I know I will be out of town.
Right, right. There were
so-
problems with that. It's just that it's a conflict for me. So I have another
Yeah,
meeting.
okay,
I
okay.
will. If not, I'll come to this meeting.
Okay, I'm pretty sure we'll have a quorum.
Okay.
I don't know. It's a Tuesday night, so is everybody
What night
planning
is
on
that again?
You're saying the night,
December
19th.
19th. 19th. You're here? Good. Okay. Karen, you'll be around?
I'll be here. Yep.
Great.
Okay. So we'll have a quorum. And then we'll get you the information that we glean from that meeting.
Thanks.
Okay. Anything else?
Well, I'd like to add a comment at the very end because I know that I've updated the team on the MPDU
Right.
program. So now we have all but 2 units actually have closed. The other 2 are coming up. As soon as ACDS steps up and gets those 2 applicants through their process. No, I just wanted to put
You're smart.
next week, Chauncey and his team have been wonderful with helping. And the last 2 close, I believe the first next week or the week after, and then they're all gone. So I just wanted
Excellent.
to share that.
That's great.
That's what I do. CDBG is not my area of expertise yet.
But Denise, you were saying that Chauncey's getting you a couple of applicants.
No. We had a couple of applicants that came through ACDS. I think we had a total of 5 that came through your program. But the last 2 were just trying to coordinate the funding source between your team and the city for the last 2 applicants.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we housed about 5 people that came through ACDS, your training and your first time home buyers education classes, and it was slow at the beginning, and then it sped up, and I think I probably have 20 applications on my desk that I still are required to process for the next development, but the next development only has 6 units. So
Okay.
just wanted to share that because it is the Housing Equity Commission.
That's good.
If we can only get more
Alderman,
MPUs, yes, it would be wonderful.
Alderman, do you have anything you would like to add for us?
Yeah, I greatly appreciate you all working on the legislation to get the grant up and running.
For the rental rehab, right?
Yes, ma'am. It's made its way through the Office of Law, I believe, is coming to my committee December the 5th.
Good.
And so I'm going to, just try to wrap that up as quickly as possible, and we'll get it going. And this, I think, is just in time for us to measure some progress to see if we can continue to have it funded in the budget. But I can't thank you all enough for taking the time and the meetings to get that done. I greatly appreciate that.
Well, it's exactly the kind of thing that we'd like to do.
Our pleasure.
Yeah, it's our pleasure.
And thanks for all you do.
No, thank you. This is the easy part, to get my 2 committee mates to do the voting. And so, and I think after that, it has a fairly easy path just through the newspaper for 30 days. And so it looks like it'll kick off in the new year. I am not sure if an application has been developed yet, but I'll be following up with that in our meeting.
Great. It's terrific. Keep coming up with these ideas, and we'd love to help you with them.
I'm going to keep trying to get the money. So,
Okay.
So I will I'll definitely keep coming up with the ideas.
Okay. Sounds good. Anyone have anything else that they want to add?
Yeah, I just saw in the news tonight that Alexandria just passed
I
a
saw that too.
zoning change to eliminate single-family zoning in Alexandria.
Wow, that's
Pretty
huge.
major.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty major, is right. Arlington's still
That
fighting over it.
that's real major. That's uh, that's major.
It is. It is.
It's nice to have that blueprint too to go off of.
Yeah. And was it Arlington that also reduced its parking requirements, or would be music to Brooks's ears? Did they do something like that?
I think I did hear
Yeah.
that. Yes. There's
They
that
were
whole both Arlington and Alexandria seem to be just, and which I think is a great precedent for us given the similarity in size. I think both give us excellent kind of case studies to really look at going forward and hopefully maybe kind of address some of the concerns that were raised during our process.
Yep.
That's great.
Yep. We'll keep following it. Patrick, I have one question for you. How's the negotiations over and all the reports on, is it the new Newtown, whatever it's called? The mold issue.
Yeah, Wilborn Estates.
Wilburn Estates. Okay. I knew it was something. It used to be Newtown.
Uh, since it's in potential litigation or it is in
Oh, God.
litigation, probably can't say too much, but
Okay.
yeah, it's definitely challenging.
Ugh, what a shame.
How many units is it that were affected? Was it 6 or 4? 4 or 6?
No,
Something like that. I mean, the challenge is it seems to be in several buildings, so it
Yeah.
seems like it's either a design or a construction flaw of some sort.
amen to that. I was about to say would hope that the litigation would not involve us, because to me, and I've had Penrose before our committee 3 times this year,
Right.
and every time there's something new. And what bugs me is that a lot of people are saying, well, it's due to poor ventilation habits. But to your point, it's in several buildings. I think in our last meeting, the Planning and Zoning Department confirmed there were 14 units that had issues, and so
Wow.
yeah, some of them had been remedied, but for the most part, I think there were 7 outstanding, which Patrick is correct on.
What a shame.
Well,
Right.
I don't know that we would be involved in the litigation and to a point, because I think that Penrose has to go back after the builder because that's probably where the issues are. They may have cut corners or something to save money and nobody knew about it. And this is, I mean, there's some crazy stuff that happens in that building phase. And I think that if anything, I have confidence that Penrose will address it in my own personal experiences of working with Penrose. But I also believe that they would have to probably go back to the builder. It's a builder developer litigation issue. However, it has an effect on the residents that live there, and I'm just hoping it doesn't turn all the way that way where it's another litigation case.
Well, and I would think that if it is a design or construction flaw
Yeah.
and it's in several buildings, I mean, you would think that it would start affecting more than 1 or 2 units in a building, which, like it would travel. I don't know how mold operates, but
Is it on the bottom floors by any chance, Dewan, do you know? Or Patrick? Are they bottom floor units?
I am not 100% sure, just due to the design of the buildings. Like, there are some of them are townhomes, some are single units, and so
Right,
I'm not
right.
100% sure. Yeah.
I didn't get that involved and I didn't get that involved and I seen the meeting, but I don't know enough. I just kind of understand what could have gone wrong. But I just hope that it's just really bad. It's just really bad. We're trying to redevelop housing and this comes up. It's just not a good thing because the place is
No,
beautiful.
it's not.
It's really beautiful.
Yeah, we have a Maryland Affordable Housing Coalition holiday party over there next Thursday.
Over there?
Yeah,
There,
at Wilburn Terrace. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I haven't heard any problems in the community room, so it's probably where it is.
All right. Well, if there is nothing else, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
I
Thank you all very much.
Good
See
night.
y'all
Good.
soon. Bye.
Good to see
Bye.
everyone.